Budrum.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Well, Mr Speaker, under Labor, the Sunshine Coast misses out. It doesn't matter what term we look at, whether it was the Beattie government, the Bligh government, the Palaszczuk government or the Miles government, under Labor, the Sunshine Coast misses out. And for those opposite to come in here and try to run another pathetic, insipid scare campaign based on no facts, no basis, no substance, just as we saw at the election with their pathetic, grubby tactics. The reason that the member for Caloundra is here, the reason that Kendall Morton is the member for Caloundra, is because Jason Hunt abandoned his community. Jason Hunt took his riding orders from the Labor Party leadership and abandoned his community. Now contrast that with Kendall Morton, the now member for Caloundra, a person committed to her community, a person who I might say didn't seek political office for gain, was dragged here because she's a community champion who cares about Caloundra. She's a fearless advocate for Caloundra, and she is already delivering more for Caloundra than Jason Hunt ever did. Mr Speaker, let's look at some facts. In 2005, Labor promised to build heavy rail to Maroochydore by 2020. And I quote, Mr Speaker, this is Paul Lucas, the Honourable Paul Lucas, the 29th of August 2005. I quote, "We will establish the line from Beerwah to Caloundra by 2015 and up the coast to Maroochydore by 2020, bringing rail to the Sunshine Coast," end quote. Sounds to me complete, absolute and unconditional. That's Labor's promise. So what did we see? We saw a subsequent plan connecting SEQ 2031, another Labor document. And it says we will construct the Sunshine Coast rail line from Beerwah to Maroochydore. Labor's document. It's got Anastasia Palaszczuk's picture there on the inside, Anna Bligh. I table both of those documents. So that's the Labor Party's record when it comes to supporting the Sunshine Coast. The Labor Party abandoned the Sunshine Coast at every opportunity. The Mooloolah River Interchange, cut under Labor. The federal government funded the Mooloolah River Interchange. The federal Morrison government funded the Mooloolah River Interchange. It was a Labor federal government and their patsies here in the former Labor state government that cut that funding. Labor have not even got close to the start line for the Sunshine Coast rail line. The North Coast line duplication, even to the start of Beerwah, wasn't finished. They've never been committed to the Sunshine Coast, Mr Speaker. They never will be. Mr Speaker, it's one of a long list of Labor failures when it comes to rail. Labor have demonstrated time and time again they don't care about rail. They can't deliver rail when they do make a promise, and they hide it from Queenslanders. If we look at, I've got an article here from the 17th of November 2023. Rail cost blowout hidden. Bailey admits overruns. And I'll quote from it. State Transport Minister Mark Bailey has again been exposed hiding billions of dollars in project blowouts just months after he almost lost his job for trying to hide a major overrun. Mr Bailey, labelled incompetent by the LNP, fair characterisation, argued that the project overruns were, quote, not unusual. Not for him, not under Labor. The latest multi-billion-dollar blowout comes just months after Mr Bailey was caught attempting to hide a $2.4 billion increase in the Queensland train manufacturing program at Maryborough. Another one. He's done it again. Bailey's blowout billions are revealed. Hayden Johnson again. Another one. Here we go. 20th of November 2023. Slow on fast cost. Coast rail cost doubles. 3.1 billion bill revealed in latest Bailey blowout. 29th of November 2023. Time and time again, Labor have shown they can't be trusted when it comes to delivering rail infrastructure. Whether it's for the Sunshine Coast, whether it's for the Gold Coast, Brisbane, Labor fail time and time again. And worse, they hide it. Now, I want to address one last point in the short time I've got available. The Deputy Opposition Leader comes in here and tries to smear people. One of those people he tried to smear was Amanda Yates, a former Deputy Director General in the Department of Transport and Main Roads under Labor, a capable public servant who dares to have an opinion in relation to this project. That tells the public servants of Queensland everything they need to know about Labor and their hollow rhetoric, Mr.
Member's
Speaker.
time has expired.